Hello folks. Today I'm going to talk about some more practical country knowledge. It's not about steel chainsaws per se. It's not a steel chainsaw commercial, but I'll bring it up a little. This story goes back a little ways. When I was a boy, or young man I should say, my father had a firewood business. 3 years in a row, I think we sold something like 500 cords of wood. You know, that's cut and split. And my dad's two workers were me and my brother, my oldest brother. He's gone now, bless his soul, but we split all that by hand. And of course, through the course of time, that's not the only thing. The only 3 years we cut firewood. We cut a lot of firewood for quite a few years, and also cut logs. And I had a little sawmill for a while. So I guess I'm saying that to say that I've run a chainsaw an awful lot. I'm sure there's people out there probably run one more than I have, but to say that also is to say that my dad would pick up used saws, and he also bought new saws, and so we had all kinds of saws. And there's a lot of argument on what kind of saw to have, and you know, I'm not really going to get into that today. They all have their benefits, and some of them have their negatives too. People that know me know that I grew up liking Jonsereds or Husqvarna. My dad actually had a saw I really liked. We all actually liked. It was a middle size, a little over 3 cubic inch. It was an Olympia. I don't even think they make that brand anymore. But my dad gave me a piece of advice that has stood me in good stead. That is, whether it's a truck or a tractor or a saw, try to buy the closest good dealership brand, because when it breaks, and they all break, you want a good dealership that'll stick by you. Now it just so happens when I moved to where I am now, this location, I have a good steel dealership, so I'm using a steel saw. I actually have 3 of them. I've stuck with them because of the good dealership. If there had been a Jonsered, I'd have probably bought that instead. And I've been pretty happy. Steel has come a long ways from what it was when I was a teenager. It didn't keep up with the Jonsered to beat the band for nothing. But they always were kind of a tough saw. If it was going to be rough and mean to your saw and not do much maintenance, they would kind of handle that. But they weren't the fastest saw on the block, and probably still aren't. But I enjoy it. Steel does say that they're going to make I hear rumors they're making a fuel-injected one, which that's going to be interesting. I mean, they've been making everything else fuel-injected for years, and suddenly the two-strokers chainsaws decided, oh, we better get on the bandwagon. They could have done this in the 90s probably, but because fuel injection for two-stroke engines has been in since Johnson and Evinrude invented it, or made it work, I should say. And that was quite a few years ago. So they're chainsaws are lagging in technology as far as I'm concerned. But steel's pretty good. So I guess the point I wanted to make was, buy the saw wherever you have the very best chainsaw dealership, where you get the best service. That's just common sense knowledge here in the country. If you just go buy something because you like the color, or you read it in Mother Earth News or something like that, you know, maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. Get yourself a good dealership and buy that brand. Now, he may sell some used saw there that aren't his brand, but he'll stand by him if you bought from him, if he's a good dealer. So that's my practical knowledge for today. It's been a while since I made a movie, and the last one is about this fan here, which keeps chugging away on my stove. And yes, I still heat my home with firewood, and I still cut firewood split it. Of course, I cheat now. I have a hydraulic wood splitter. That's another movie. So long, folks.